Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, the Psych Investigator. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hello, the Psychic Investigator. Guys, it's I prepare for videos and then sometimes I don't do them. But today, I'm gonna do the videos. That I organize for. Sometimes I get like informations that it's not very complete. And lately, as you know, I like to do a lot of research and everything. But this is just one of the videos I planned for today. But it's about this vision I had, okay? And it's a vision I had here about the SpaceX IPO and Jamie Dimon. And I remember that a while back, I had told you guys that I had seen Jamie Dimon playing a role in like stopping Trump, not stopping Trump directly, but essentially using his influence to prevent some tragedy, really, in the economy or something to that effect. So I had this vision and I wanted to share with you that I want to ask more about it, okay? Because as I told you before too, that this thing of this SpaceX IPO I find it so upsetting, very aggravating because it's such a scam, right? They're really clearly preparing to pass the bucket, right? And it's obvious that this thing's going to collapse, that there's no there, right? So, so anyway, so that's the kind of the background of this. So let me do the protection. I like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I fill my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that I create the good, the good, and so it is. So yesterday I was walking back from a pharmacy further away, and I got this image of Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan Chase, making a gesture as if to say no, put an end to the SpaceX IPO. We can't go ahead with it. Diamond can't stop the IPO on his own, but if it pulls from the IPO, that is a very strong signal from Wall Street. So I was going to show you a lot of the screenshots of how messed up this whole thing is. And I just decided not to because you kind of already know, right? That it's very inflated. The numbers are very suspicious. They're basically like the Trump administration sort of forced these new rules that are going to bypass a waiting period. Normally, if your stock was just listed, it wouldn't go into the index funds. It's a complicated story. So basically, they're almost forcing regular retirees into buying the stock that everybody seems to know is going to crash, right? So it's another way that they are fleecing us, right? Whoever has an index fund that could be carrying SpaceX because the NASDAQ changed the rules. Long story. So that's like, you know that already, but let me ask the question then about Jamie Dimon that I had the vision. I want to know more. So tell me what's going on regarding Jamie Dimon and the SpaceX IPO. Will anyone stop the theft and looting? Because that's what it feels like. Okay, so it's saying that I see Jamie Dimon being like, calm down, calm down. So as you guys know, probably, of course, these large banks have many divisions, right? There's research, there's investment bank, there is wealth management, the part of the bank that manages people's money and their stocks a lot of the times. And surely there's a conflict that the people in the wealth management section are saying they're getting a lot of calls saying, I don't want, the clients don't want that stock. People are all correct, right? They want it. And the investment bankers are involved there's a list of investment banks that are going to be in this IPO. And what investment banks do is that they basically prepare the company for, like, through the process of the IPO itself. They package the security, so to speak. It's sort of a little bit complicated, but it makes money for the bank, right? And most of the large companies that go public, they tend to want to list many investment banks, because what they do, sort of unofficially, is have the wealth management division then buy this stock. Does it make sense? So they kind of sell this to their own clients, right? So I see that what's happening is that the wealth management division may not be wanting it, right? Like, they're saying, be careful. And I see that Jamie Dimon, because of his experience in the financial crisis, he knows that there is also liabilities here. That if they go ahead with this, the price may be too high. And I see, interesting, the attorneys for these banks, and I'm not even talking about attorneys for the investment bank of JP Morgan. I'm talking about, like, just the general counsels of sorts, are telling the people responsible for the IPO on their end, on their side, that they want more guarantees. So I saw this piece of news that came out that there was an amendment to the filing, the IPO filing. And someone asked, a financial journalist asked, so, but how come there's no price? No price, meaning no price set for, because it's supposed to list next week, right? No, in a couple weeks. And there wasn't. And someone clarifies that usually when that happens, it means the SEC is asking them for more information. They have to keep amending the documents, right? Because at first they publish something, then there have to be all these corrections. That's normal. So it told me at that moment when I saw that, it's like, like, that makes sense. They are starting to, they can't just, for a variety of reasons, because they can be like, Elon Musk is a crook. He is lying. He's always lied. But we have invested. The other thing is, these banks had given Elon Musk loans to buy Twitter, remember? So it's all very involved. It's all like, but oh, I saw something. Did you see something? I'm like, was it my ear, my eyes? I think it was not. It was like something. So it's just like, it showed me that the price here is too high for them. I'm not even talking about the act, because it's too high, really. Like, the valuation is too high. But they seem to know that people are angry. They hate Musk so much that they're already threatening the bank with lawsuits. Like, if you force us to have to sell this, we're gonna sue. Like, does it make sense? There's like, because people see through it. And I think the momentum has changed. So the way that they push back is they ask for more information, they ask for amendments. So at some point, this thing, it doesn't hold up to scrutiny. And that's what they're asking for, more scrutiny. And I see Musk getting more there's like a deadline. It looks like to me that he's trying to follow, but it's not working. So that those thing, fine, those things. Okay, now let's go to the cards. Okay, let's go to the cards. So what's going on here with Jamie Dimon? So in other words, I feel like, it's not that Jamie Dimon is going to say no, he can't do that, but they can. There's ways they can push back on what's on the claims. And that's what's happening, because they're hearing so much against it. Okay. Again, the clients don't want it. And the investment bank fees will be high, yes, but the price to pay is much higher. Okay, if there's lawsuits and all that, it's just way higher than any money they would make from a potential IPO. Okay, so what is going on with JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, regarding the SpaceX IPO, and my vision that he would put a kibosh on it? Okay, all right, so let's see here. Okay, so this is the sun upside down, something being revealed. Delay, interesting. This card is something fast, but there's a delay. And here's a lot of money. So actually, tell me more about this money. What is it? This is energy, force. Like they're pushing for money. What is it? Right. So they need more information. There will be revelations. Oh, under this thing when things fall. Child, losses, new beginning, losses. Negative surprises. Now, here's the money, right? Negative surprise related to money. Now, since these two fell, constancy, something going on for a long time, but it's upside down, so there's an issue. And the death card, like this, when it's upside down, is in this particular set of cards, it could mean a more permanent ending. So they discover issues related to losses. This is truly losses. And oh, you know what's interesting? If you think of context of finance, the child could be a division. It could be an an associated entity. So I don't want to get too like granular on this, but you know the movie The Big Short, right? The Big Short is the story of this man, Michael Berry, Burry, and how he was the person who bet that there would be a crash, and he was almost one of the only people, and in the end he won the bet basically, and things were collapsing. And he's doing the same thing with Nvidia, this uh, tech, let's say this hardware chips stock, and Palantir, and also the SpaceX. And he published a couple days ago this story about this entity. It's very complicated. I don't need to go into necessarily, but basically there's these entities that were created that are holding the chips that the Nvidia claims it has sold to SpaceX AI, which is a division of SpaceX. And he proved that they created a fake company to hold these losses to. And so as far as accounting is concerned, it misrepresents the numbers, right? So that's what I'm getting. This could be. Okay, let's see more cards here. All right. So okay, and I see, interesting. Again, I keep seeing it. Fox means treachery. Key is something important. Comes out. So something about treachery. It's saying yes, could be financial treachery. And I see that Jamie Dimon is seeing the writing on the wall. I mean, he knows what they're doing here. Wow, I love it. This desgraça, disgrace, big disgrace upside down. So that's terrible. Big, here is the big prize. The big disgrace is the prize for the big prize, right? And there's hope. So that's interesting, right? It's almost like someone's telling you, oh, go jump in that hole, go jump in the black hole so you could get, piece of gold, but then everything dies if you, that's kind of like the gamble here. And I see that the Jamie Dimon is saying we have reached the top. If we fall for this, we're going to have so much loss financially. And I see that he knows that the climate has changed. And it's not like 2008. Things are different now. The population is so against AI. It's saying we don't want to fall into this. No, and I see the other thing that Jamie Dimon is very against a lot of those more radical crypto ideas like stablecoins. So he's saying he knows that SpaceX and like they're pumping, similar people are pumping the garbage, and that he's being asked to look, he's gonna have to end up paying the price if he falls into it. So he tells them to push back, that he can't be like, no, I don't think you'll go that far. But that's what I'm getting here. So very interesting. All right. So okay, so still, I think I have another question related to this. What will Jamie Dimon actually do? Let's see what the cards say. What will the Jamie Dimon actually do about this? No, it's saying exactly what you said, pushing back. And what will, like, how will the market read this? Because the cards will show that the thing is not gonna go forward. So this makes sense. Once the market reads the signal that one of the banks is pulling away, like that's a big deal. So how is Jamie Dimon's position going to impact the market as far as SpaceX is concerned? Okay, so okay, so let's see. Interesting. This is a card of peace of mind. This is unease. Interesting. Here is holding on to what you have, but upside down means greed. The blonde guy. Okay, one more just to. Okay, powerful guy. Okay, so the man is too powerful, and there's unease and the feeling that he's just greedy. Wow, grave. Very good. Yeah. And a wow, guilt or something, a heavy burden. Changes. Things are changing. There's a shift. Okay. Okay, the sigh. Interesting, the parallel here. Joyfulness. Not so happy. Privately. So private, there's changes. Things that I see at first they're done more quietly until it's saying the thing is going to lose steam. Wow, prison. That's it. Prison, right? Illegal stuff. They're doing illegal things. Soon. Weird. Look, the sides. Like, I think in a way you could say that people had hopes for it, and they're saying there's a lot of people holding bags, and especially there's a lot of bad people that bet on this and thought that they were going to be able to dump stuff onto people like us, right? But it looks like no. Interesting. So okay, so another way of asking is what are tell me about Elon Musk's next, between now and the end of the year, right? Because I think if he were to get the SpaceX IPO, he would be happy. So tell me what's going on with Elon Musk between now and the last second half of the year, right? No, a month six. So between now and the end of the year, what's going on with him? So he's doing well. Yeah. Oh. So you saw the video with him. Yeah. Yeah, no, soon I'm gonna get it. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Hey, no, I'm getting the money. Don't worry about it. It's coming out. We're going to Mars. We're going to Saturn. We're going to do this and that. And then, I had seen this image in other visions before. People start pulling away from him, and he starts to kind of notice that they're a little bit different, the way they're talking to him. Very interesting. So, as I was saying, they're kind of, oh hi, pulling away. But the weird thing is that his mind, it's like the drug addiction is really severe by now. So he can't. He's like, "Whoa, okay, wait, what happened? What happened?" And all these people that were enabling him, like he was a dictator, this is true, but there were a lot of like hangers on, and they are starting to panic because they thought I feel like they made weird deals with themselves and with others. And now they're realizing they can't pay it for their mortgage or the huge house or airplane they bought or something. They're going to have, it was all a mirage. And the bill is here. So, wow. So there's that. And I see that interesting. Then I see Elon Musk with his hands up, like, okay, sure. Yeah, I did it. I think it's possible the election stuff is going to come out. If I think people probably already know this. Okay, so let's see. I pulled out a card. I just was like, now, the women, interesting. This is a card of prison, of being stuck in a place, trying to move on. So, what is okay? Whip is aggression, letter, document. This is the heart, the values. Sometimes it can be an SEX, but I don't know. Gift. Now, this could mean bribery in the context of this. Fortune upside down. So interesting. law upside down. So interesting also. A letter. Two letter. Oh, could be indictment, no? Lies are exposed. See, the truth is coming out about him. Okay, the theft. So what kind of theft is it? Tell me more. Tell me more. What kind of theft? Wow, see, there's a third letter. Damn. Letter, letter, letter. Could be baby, could be false, but let's see. Let's see here. Wow. Okay. Business partners. A child. Again, could be the working together, people that he has worked with. Yeah, it's saying that these are, it tells me, fake entities related to this IPO. So, wow. Let me ask another question. Does anything, does anything related to the election come out to the extent that it could influence the SpaceX IPO? I'm talking about before the IPO. Could something related to the election come out? Just, because that's okay. The world is something abroad. And this is the card. It could be something illegal, or sometimes it could be a spy. But oh, here it is, getting what he wants. Like he got what he wanted at what cost, right? The world upside down. So love, okay. Hope, cheerfulness, okay. The enemy, like be a foreign enemy. Now this is the crazy people. Wow, ending, an ending to them. Yeah. So that to me, okay, the gentleman, that could be him. The dog, the allies. Now, see, I've said this before. The ally, could it be one of our allies? Oh, wow. Stars, Starlink. Okay. Wow, cutting Starlink. Look, here is he got what he wanted, but there is an ending, and the ending is swift. So, yes, I think it's possible. Yes. See, there's something here related to the Starlink. I could pull it out here. Tell me more about the Starlink. Okay, so victory upside down. Businessman. Money transfers. Offer. Wow, you know what I'm getting? That he was paid. He could be paid. Wow, I've always thought that is behind the investments, right? Behind a lot of these investments he has made. So it's saying that in some ways Russia paid him through these investments for the work he's done for the election. Is that right? Okay. So how are the because I also thought that the IPO would be a way to pay back the Russians, right? So how are the Russian oligarchs that invested or whatever, gave them money or whatever you call it? How are they going to feel about the outcome of the SpaceX IPO? Because they could go after, like I said, those hangers on, because they don't like it when you mess up, right? So they're nice to you when you're useful. Yeah, I see not good things. It's saying they're just gonna dump them. Like some and I see like random almost people could be unalived because it's saying he spent all this money, he was high on drugs, we're not playing. And it's saying there will be a tough situation in Russia once Putin dies because those people will be less desperate. They had a lot of money and they were betting on this to get their money back. And if it doesn't work, right? Okay, so let's see how do they feel? Trying now, making plans, trying to okay, so that's impasse, trying to assert themselves. How do they feel about the IPO? Meetings. Man, upside down, upside down, really. Business, but wait, I thought I had this card already, but I guess it's a different. Yes, these are actually the style of the Italian cards, I forgot, but the friend, that's right. The friend, the pride of this stuff is the truth comes out. The woman, okay. How do they feel? Snake, spy. That's right. Clouds. Now the clouds again could be cloud storage. So spy data storage is blocked. You know what interesting? I almost feel like this could be the head of the European Union, something like this, right? That they block their business partners and they block the data that they caught. That's right, saying Europeans know that he's been stealing and laundering data about Americans, and even he's trying to do that in Europe as well. So yes, it's an like international issue. So very interesting. So we'll see. So okay, so I know I keep asking this. So what can we expect on June 12th? Because that's the day of the IPO for Musk. Is it gonna be? Let's see here. What's gonna expect? Oh, that's interesting. Could be probably upside down. Friend. Hmm. Friend. Lots of friends, huh? Lots of friends. Man. Okay, President Obama? Talking. Chatter. Is it what's gonna happen on the interesting friend? Chatter. Are they gonna be happy on the day of June? Now here is people are asking he owes them money. Yeah, that's usually a spy card. Probably how the business deals with us. Where are you? They're worried. Okay. Again, the card of the pride exposed. The difficult conversations. Sick. He's sick. This is true. And I see he goes. His mind here. The child's anchor. News about the child anchor. Hmm. Losses. Okay, hacking. Yeah. So interesting. Yeah, it's saying the valuation gets lower and lower. So that's all very interesting, guys. We'll see. Okay, this makes me feel a little better, to be honest. So, all right. So, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you very soon.